Hi my angels and devils and all who may want to hear, it is Amanda Christina and we are going to make, well, we've got two things we're going to make, but we're going to do one in each video from one sheet of cardstock. So we have a flip book and a little notebook, and the good thing about these is they're small enough to fit in an envelope and post for regular mail. That is the aim with a lot of what I do, reasons I do it in miniature. If you watch my latest project share, you will have seen these. This is from Dead and Breakfast, which I think is one of my favourite Halloween paper ranges everywhere. And then this is one with just mixed papers, that some of which I've been sent, some left over from the Haunted range, and we're going to do both these things. So let's get started. Okay, I actually need that book because it has my measurements in it, and I have a whole lot of stuff around me to help. Okay, so first things first, we need this is 8 1/4 by 5 inches. Hang on. I think that's the notebook. Did I write down? Mini flip book. 8 1/4. Sorry, I'm just reading my measurements like they're wrong. I sometimes doubt myself a lot of the times when I do stuff. I'm like, did I write that down right? So by 5 inches and by 5 inches. So we do by 10. Now keep your little strip extra here because you are going to want that. Then what we're going to do is grab our scissors and cut along these. My scoreboard has seen better days. As you can see, a trim and scoreboard is on my wish list for sure. It is something I kind of bummed that I closed my Etsy store, but I know I really needed to. Actually, we cut this off. Now this is your extra bit, so don't throw this away. Now I like doing projects where I guess you use up almost every piece that you cut, especially from things like cardstock, which I know in America you guys can go to Michael's and when it's on super special you can pick up 50 sheets for $2. I live in Australia. We pick up 50 sheets if we're lucky on super special for maybe $10. So I'm on a budget. So okay, we're going to start with the mini flip book. Now you're going to score this. You've got it long ways, I think, or short ways. I can't remember what's what with these. I know that the Stamping Up girls call it, but you want it the 8 1/4 way across. Now you're going to score it 2 1/2, 5, and 7 1/4. Now the reason I do this is if you scored it here, if you actually scored it so that they're all butting in, what I find is that when you fold it, see how you're already bubbling up? So by doing it this way, I mean, I still have to burnish, but see how you've given yourself that little bit of room for tuck. So what we're going to do is we're going to burnish all our or all our score lines. This is my bone folder from one of my We Are Memory Keepers boards, either my envelope or one of my other punch boards. I love the We Are Memory Keepers punch boards. And then again, you just want to burnish these so they fold a lot nicer. See, and instead of having that big bulgy bit, you've got a much smaller bulge now. So we're done with the big scoreboard for now, so we can tuck this away till the next tutorial. That's it. That is the basic flipboard shape. Now we're going to put these two aside to use in the next tutorial, which is going to be making this and a cover, and the book and everything. So we're going to pop that aside for now because we don't need any of this anymore. I don't need my measurements either. Okay, so I have Dead and Breakfast out now. I don't have a lot of dead and breakfast left, I'll be honest. I have been using this paper pad like anything else. So I have some bits for the flip book just that I've sort of I sat in here. I have 2 coffin shapes cut, but I don't think I have any more purple cardstock out, so I may cut those out of something else for the washi tape samples. These are just scraps of the cardstock I used. There was a bit where there was literally one of the top holes from Dead and Breakfast, and instead of cutting it off, I just put a little spider there. So these were the tags that I got that were in a Michael's grab bag that a friend got me. You have seen me haul that. So all I have done is just added some paper to the spots that were coloured, and voila, Halloween tags. Okay, so pop those to one side. I like to look through my scraps and see what I have that might be big enough for what I want to do. What have I got here? I've got, I don't have any of the, I've been giving away the Kaiser things, so I'm just looking through. This is some of the mesh, the gauze cardstock from Die Cuts with a View. Really love that stuff. Now these are going to be a little bit more involved videos. Some of this paper is stuff that was granted by someone on Crafty Laurie's Wishing Well. I can't exactly remember who it was, but I'm ever so grateful because I got to do a little bit of Halloween crafting with it, and that's just another piece. So we're just going to pop that to one side because we're not using that right now. We're going to stick to, I think we're going to stick to Dead and Breakfast, to be honest. Now, what I'm going to do is one of the things I like to do is with this piece. Now, you can choose which way you want this to go, whether you want it to unfold. I usually do it that way because it seems to feel right to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at this, and I think what I will do is tape this down first and then just cut around the bits that I don't want on there. Sometimes I find that easier than measuring. Do you ever find sometimes you measure and then it doesn't quite turn out right? Yeah, me too. So I'm just going to use, and there's the weird glitch is back. Dadgummit, I thought I'd gotten rid of that then. No, it just comes randomly, but it's definitely better since I moved the camera up. So I'm just going to put some Express It. I'm so relieved. I got to do a craft online order today, and there is like 60 sheets of 12 by 12 200 GSM cardstock in it, which makes me ecstatic. White cardstock I will add because it was on special. So do I want my spiders going up the page, which is apparently which way they're supposed to go? Okay, so I'm just going to tuck. Now, normally, sometimes, well, sometimes what I will do is actually have a piece going over the page, but because this will work as a flip this way, I am literally just going to line that up. I'm just going to try and move this over just a little because I missed a bit. There we go. So I'm just going to line that up and trim this off. Now this is a cross between a process video and a craft with me kind of video, I guess. Tutorial slash craft with me. So this is going to be a long one, so I hope you've got a cup of tea, a snack, and you are crafting along with me. I'm trying not to go too fast, and I'm trying not to go too... Did I say that I'm very tired at the moment? Because I just created that. But that's okay. You know what? We're going to keep that. We're going to keep that mistake in because one of the things I really love is... No, you're not it. You're it. I've ordered a couple more rolls of this actually. You get this really cheap on eBay. It is clear foam tape. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take a piece that is approximately the right size. So just about that. I'm going to pop that to the side for a minute because I just realised something else I would like to do. And that's actually not paper from Dead and Breakfast. I just realised that's not paper from Dead and Breakfast, but that's okay. That's the good thing about having a mix of things, is that you can use different things at different times. Okay, so that's what the tags looked like originally. That's not Dead and Breakfast. That's Dead and Breakfast scraps. So that's what the tags looked like originally, and we're already at 10 minutes and I'm still going. Okay, so this is what I have left of Dead and Breakfast. It is not much, but we have enough to work with. So what I am going to do is take this piece here, and by the time I finish this flip book, there may not be much Dead and Breakfast left. And I am going to, I'm going to do this piece in here. So what I'm going to do is, where's my little, as soon as I move in with, okay, I swear I just had my mini scoreboard. I am losing my mind. What I am going to do is measure, so that little section is about 2 1/4 inches by 5 inches. So what I'm going to do is do 2 inches by 5 inches. No, by 4 3/4 inches. Now what that does is it gives you, yep, I got that. I didn't want to come too far. So what that does, I love these mini scoreboards, but my bone folder, I don't know why or what happened, but my little mini bone folder broke, like the little clip on it, the bit that clipped in here broke. No idea why. So what I'm going to do is just pop that in here. Now if you want to, you can ink around the edges and stuff. I do that a lot. I swear I just had my Express It and I feel like I'm losing my mind. This is how I craft, people. I literally lose everything I am using. Like, over and over. Repeatedly, all the time. Just let me move this closer to me. All the freaking time. Just so you know, this is what I'm like if I'm sitting down crafting. I'm not a person who can bang out a lot of things at once most of the time. It takes me a while. So again, I'm just doing the 3 pieces. I just find that easy. And I'm just relieved because I'm getting 10 new rolls of tape this week coming. So, you know, okay. So now I'm just doing the little, oh, hang on. Tuck that little bit in there of tape because you don't want that to. Now you can ink around the edges if you want to. I do sometimes. It just depends on my mood. As I said, we're doing this together, so I'm trying not to. There we go. Now we can do the bit I was going to do. Look, I'm not very good at straight lines and perfection, so if you want perfection, I am not the crafter to watch. I'm going to be really honest about that. Okay, so now we're just going to pop this here, and I may have gotten this just a little too long, but that's okay. We can trim it down. I love clear foam tape. It is my new obsession, especially for, I think actually since I got this and started using this for flip books, this is 100% the reason why I love doing flip books so much, because it makes it easy to add just enough dimension to slip things in, but not so much dimension that you're going to have this huge bulky thing. I need to start doing that thing where everyone does it with the tweezers or a pick thing. Okay, so just pull the tape off. The one thing I will caution you with this is it is extremely stretchy, the foam tape, so just be very cautious and make sure you've got it stuck down before you try and pull. So like, see here now, we have a very slight little thing, but when you fold this back over, you don't get a huge lump, and that is what I really like about this. This is going to be such a long video. Now, what I may do, I think, is do this piece in the same thing. So we want, this is how I do it. Like I know it's 2.5, so we want 2 1/4 by 5 inches. So 2 1/4. Oh no, by 4 3/4. 2 1/4 by 4 3/4, and I'm just putting my finger roughly where I want it to go so that I don't come out too much on the cardstock, and then we just cut. I just did this way too wide. I just realised this. It was 2 1/4, not 2 1/2. It felt too wide, and I just went to cut it and was like, that feels wrong, which means I probably screwed up the last piece. That's okay. These things happen when you're crafting. There is no mistake in crafting that you usually cannot fix, unless you're painting with watercolours, or painting in general sometimes can be a bit haphazard, but or a bit, yeah. So we're going to pop this one here. Now this would look really great if you inked around the edges before you stuck before you stuck these down and did your, but I sometimes like a clean white edge. Is that just me? Am I the only weirdo that sometimes just likes crisp edges? I love the inking. The inking adds another layer of dimension. It just, sometimes you don't want to sit there inking everything, and if I was sitting here inking everything now, I'm already, you know, extraordinarily taking a long time to do this. So okay, there we go. And is there going to be enough? It's not necessarily enough to do that, but there would be. I think we're just going to pop that piece to the side for now. I think we're done with that piece. But like, if for example, if you want to add a hidden pocket, you can have a piece that is the right width, say, or even just a little. Oh, that one's pretty right. Okay, so you could have that there. Use your foam tape, and you've got a little hidden pocket that ties in to thing. I kind of don't do hidden pockets really, but what we're going to do is, because I did that flip on this side, we're going to do a side flip, because why the heck not? Hey, why not? And we're going to do the same paper because that's easy. So what we want to do is, which section do we want? See, if I do it the same, that's the bit that I had that flipped up. But hang on. Oh, okay. Where did I do that from? I don't know why that... Oh, I did it from this bit, that's why. Okay. I think I flipped it that way, to be honest. And I think we'll leave it at the... Just to have that little bit extra, just because I like that little line, I'm going to cut it right on the spots. As you can see, I really have been not hoarding my Halloween stuff this year. There is more to come. There would have been more here for this year. However, it was just better to not have it come at the moment. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just take this along here, just giving it a score mark so I can tuck it under. Now, I think I'm going to move this one down to a different spot to what I did last time. Now, what I'm going to do is also burnish this just so that you get a really nice crisp fold. Now, here's the thing. I don't sit here and plan out my flip books. I literally just go where the mood takes me. So what I'm going to do is grab some super strong tape. Where'd the super strong tape go? As you can see, I'm in such a mess, and we're already at 20 minutes. This is going to be a long video. It's going to take a long time to upload, so this one will be uploading while I'm asleep, I think, because I have a lot of catching up to do for Spooktober. Welcome to Spooktober. Now, I know I put it all the way down, and I probably didn't need to do that. Yeah, I want the Ghouls Gone Wild bit of this. So what I'm going to do, I'll stick that back on the extra, is I'm going to make sure there's no string over this. And what you're going to do is you're going to take it to your score line, line it up as best you can, and tuck it under. Like that. Except I wasn't supposed to do that end piece, because that was not what I wanted to do with that piece, but that's okay. I can still use that bit of cardstock. Okay, so there you have the extra little flap. What did I put in these? Oh, I had a belly band there, so, and a little, see, I did that there and that. Okay, so I did two flaps. Da, 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 da. I'm losing my mind. So what I might do is do this little flap here. We'll just take this bit off because we already cut this bit accidentally. We already scored this bit and started to cut it, so let's just do that. And we're going to use that to tuck some stuff in. Or I could use that as my little belly band to tuck some stuff in, but I don't have any tags to tuck in that at the moment that I think. Let me see. I can't use all of these because I want some of these for the other book, but we'll take 2. Let me see. Oh, yep, I can do that. That will fit. Okay, so we're going to use this as our belly band, I have decided. Nothing like thinking on the fly. Now, I have 3 things of washi tape that I bought this year. Okay, where are we? We're doing it here. It goes this way. And I have nearly used all 3 rolls of washi tape. Lucky for me, my friend got me some more. I'm very lucky to have a friend who will go to Michael's and buy the bargain, so I have lots of washi tape for next season. So I'm just going to chop this here. Like, you could have measured this. I'm just going with the this'll do. I could have scored it. I could have done all that, but I'm just trying to get this done, but also give you an idea of how my process goes, which is that I don't sit here and plan things out. I'm recreating the flip book I did because I figured that was a good way to show you. But the thing with flip books is you've got to just twist them your own way. Like, it depends on what you want to put in them. So look, I've got these 2 little tags, and I'm just going to pop those in there. Look, oh, that's a nice tight belly band for those. So there's 2 little handmade tags that are going in that belly band. And that will fold over. That folds up. And so we've still got a fairly, at the moment, thin package. And that's what I really think about, is the thickness of things. What else do I want to do? Okay, so we're going to do our little coffins. So what I do for the coffins is, I've got some plain orange cotton. Got some plain orange cardstock here, so that will work. So what I do is I literally just cut a piece that is around the right whatever, and then I just roughly cut a piece of cardstock. Oops. But that was not as what I would want it to be, but it'll do. It will do. Okay, so what I do is then I sort of line up the coffin that I'm happy with, and I just cut. I think the thing with the orange is it's more papery than the purple. The purple is more, it has a smooth finish, a smooth coating, whereas the orange doesn't have that smooth coating. Okay, but because we're doing the Dead and Breakfast in the orange and black mostly, I think these will be a nice addition. I just almost cut some of my thing off. These are not perfect. You can see how wonky these little coffins are, but basically I'm going to cut 3 of those out. This is just a hand-done coffin shape. One of my deepest, dearest heart's desires is the Tim Holtz coffin die, the coffin box die. Oh, I'm so in love with that. Tonic brought out this incredible set that does a similar treat box. It's a different treat box. Like, I honestly, if I had the money, I would be buying all the things that I love, which is a lot of boxes and bags and just packaging and albums and things. So as you can see, this is super quick. We're just taking a couple of minutes to cut out our little coffins. You're not going to be using up a lot of resources to do this. This you could even do out of old cereal boxes if you wanted to, and maybe just cover them in scraps of paper, or leave them, use the chipboard side as your presentation side. Okay, and voila. 1, 2, 3 coffin boxes. Now, here I have my, oh no, okay, I have 2 rolls of washi. Okay, I don't know where the 3rd roll of washi is, so we're just going to be doing 2 washi samples in this one, it looks like. These are both from the A place that shall remain nameless, because apparently we're not allowed to talk about that anymore on here. It can get your videos removed and your channel shut down. So we will not be talking about the A place. We'll just be calling it the A place. And yes, so this washi tape came from the A place. And what I'm going to do is just gently wrap a few bits of washi around, just as a washi sample. I love this one. This one is so darkly spooky to me. I really, really, really enjoy how sort of dark spooky it is, and just that it wasn't what I had seen elsewhere. So I just honestly wrap until I feel like I've got a decent sample on there. I don't know if it's enough, if it's not enough, if it's too much. I'm so bad at gauging that. I always my thing is I always feel like I'm not putting enough in things. So yeah. So what I do is when I hit the back, I tear it off, but what I do is I do a little tab, I fold it under so that the person can get it out easily. And then what we're going to do is we're going to slip that in here. And what I did where I pulled out these removable glue dots, and one of the reasons I did that was so that I could just literally... You're just going to roll up and take all the glue dots with you. That's helpful, not... I thought this would be so easy. Come on, glue dots. Okay, we got one on finally. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a removable glue dot. Make sure this isn't sticking out so far that it's at the end. So I'm just going to do that. Then we're going to take another washi tape and do another washi sample. Now, as I said, I cannot find the gold bats. I actually think I may be close to being out of that one anyway. I'm pretty sure it's almost done. That was the first washi tape I got for the season. So what I'm going to do is just, again, wrap my washi. I try and make sure things are about 1 inch long. How long is this coffin? This coffin is... just a little bit over 2 inches. So each wraparound is like full wraparound is 4 inches, a little bit over 4 inches. So, you know, that's a nice sort of, I don't know, I don't know what a nice amount of washi is to get, because I sort of find it weird. I don't know why I find washi samples weird. I just sort of think, well, you know, you may as well just, I would love to be able to send rolls of washi in the post, but again, they are a little too high a lot of the time, and also I just don't have the money to send loads of washi, so I'm just going to do a couple more. We'll do, this one's a little messier, so I'm just going to come down here again with the pull it off, fold it a little bit under, which gives you a tab. If anyone ever gets anything off me and you're not sure how to get it out of the container, like how to get the washi off, I will always add a pull tab. I always do. I'm just rolling this back because I just noticed that I have... Okay. Okay. These removable glue things are annoying, but oh well. Okay, so normally I would have 3 sticking out, but at the moment we only have 2, and that's okay. So that's the 2 washi samples. We've got our belly band. We need to do our little bit for here, which again is just a piece of cardstock. So let's have a look at what we've got available to us and extras of that will fit this spot. And the other thing is, if you don't want to do a whole piece, like I could make it a tuck spot. Oh, here we go. I don't mind. Does anyone else worry about having like the hole in things? Because I'm not going to worry about that. I think I have an idea for what, because I can stick an embellishment over that. Now what I'm going to do with this one, because we're not putting anything too high in it, I think I'm just going to use some thin tape along the sides. And excuse me because I think my tummy just grumbled, but I do want to try and get at least a couple more tutorials filmed tonight because I am so far behind. Oh my goodness, we're at 30 minutes already. So as you can see, when I craft, I get into a complete and utter mess. Not gonna lie, I am a messy crafter. And you'll also notice that I had my Dead and Breakfast in a snap lock bag. I do this with all my smaller paper pads, and I usually try and keep a snap lock bag with my bigger paper pads as well to keep the scraps, because that way you keep all your scraps together and there's you know, you're not looking everywhere, or you don't I'm not good at having a scrap bin, and I have found, because of the way I store my paper pads, which when I get all my craft stuff sorted properly again, I will actually share with you how I store my paper pads and how I store different bits of craftiness, in case anyone's interested. I've gone through many types of storage over the years. I've upgraded from like cheap plastic containers to the Sistema, from just cheap tins I used to get at the second-hand shop, because I noticed that when I can actually see my supplies, I use my supplies. So anytime Sistema containers are half price, I always grab some. Or when I have spare cash, I usually try and grab a few because they come in very, very handy. So now we're just snipping that off. Now what I do for these to get, this one is not so much a thing, because usually what I try and do, okay, so we've just got a little, try and keep a little bit of this out. So we're just going to I'm just popping these in. This is a nice snug fit for these. There we go. So that's just a little bit of cardstock. That's Coordinations Crackle. It's Tim Holtz colours, and I cut up 3 sheets of this into 6 of them to use for flipbooks. So you've got, okay. So to start with, we haven't done our cover yet. Don't stress, we'll get there. We've got our inner page, which we haven't done. We've got 3 pages left to do. We've got our washi samples. Some just cardstock, which I just think is nice. Sometimes people don't have the same resources as you, and I thought that's nice to die cut a couple of words. You can use it as is. There's enough to use a little bit of, and because this is one that you can sand as well, not everybody has that in their stash. A couple of tags, and then we're going to play here, and Amanda needs her box of goodies. Oh my god, I can't believe this is over 30 minutes. Okay. Now, sometimes what I like to add, and just to break up the orange a little, sometimes I will add one of these. But what I want to do is I actually want to create a flip here. And what paper do I want to create a flip with? Let's use the bats just to break up the orange a little. Okay, so we're going to bring this in to 2 1/4. We're going to cut it. And we're going to score it at 1/2 inch. Now, one of the good things about these is because you don't use your back, this is the place that is a really nice place to sneak in your flips. So we're just going to, again, bone folder burnish this. I'm going to have to put a code word at the end of this video because I don't know if anyone will watch this all the way to the end, because it's long. Feel free with any of my videos to watch them in 1.5 or double speed, because honestly I do that with a lot of videos too, because otherwise I would never get to watch as much as I do, and I struggle just watching the amount I do. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to hold this in place, just get it roughly lined up so that you've got a nice, and we're just going to put it down, burnish it with the bone folder so it sticks nicely. And voila, you created a flip. It's so easy, isn't it, when you start seeing how they come together. And what I also like to do is we're going to get rid of this pumpkin, actually. Yeah, we're going to get rid of this on the pumpkin. But what I really like is that these once you start getting the hang of it, they can come together quickly. But for me, because there is so much cutting and stuff, so we want this to be another 2 1/4. Sometimes I actually do these the full length of that, but basically I thought this one would be nice, having this 2 1/4. So I like to line those two up. Now we're going to get our foam tape again, because foam tape is amazing. And what I think I will do is just stick a little bit on where I want it to start with. This stuff, honestly, I think you can get it for like $1.50 a roll or something now. I am using so much of it because it is so good for projects where you just need that little bit extra room. So what I've done is just put a thin bit on, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. Oh, I think I lined that up slightly wrong. It is so stretchy though, so it is something that you've got to watch the stretchiness of, just because you don't want to stretch it out of shape. So I'm going to do that, and I just want a thin bit on each side. So if it doesn't stick properly, just go in with a little bit of glue and just glue it. I just wanted a little bit on each piece to make sure that... And this is where, when you're buying things that are a bit more resource heavy, sometimes it pays to... I guess buy the slightly more expensive, where you get a lot more bang for your buck, like it might be 50 cents or $1 extra, but then cut it to the size you need. Okay, so we have those bits. What I will do is probably make sure I line this up so that we don't have too much peeking out. So I'm just going to pull these bits off. Now what I do is I hold down with a nail one bit of the foam, the clear foam, and then pull it up. So hold down with a nail. It is hard sometimes to get up, but it's cooperating today, so I'm not unhappy about that. And then pull up. And again, hold down with a nail, because that way it stops it from stretching. And da-da. So what I'm going to do now is pop this down. Oh, I know what I did, why I usually do this a bit bigger actually, is so that I can tuck that top tuck pocket, I can't talk today, I swear. Okay, so where are we? That looks pretty good to me. So now we have that. What I am going to do on this one is probably put one of those little glue dots. I'm going to undo this for a minute because... Nope, I'm not. I'll have to come back and do that. How do people... Let's try doing this on a flat surface, shall we? Ah, got it! Okay, so that will stick to that and still come up nicely. So you've got that nice stick, but it's easy to lift up. So we've got that nice dot there. Now, what are we going to stick in here? I have some of my handmade little snow globe embellishments, so they can go in. We'll pop 3 of those in there. Let's see. A ribbon pocket's a little too big for this one. We have a metallic snow spider web. I just literally look at what I have and go, what would be nice to throw in this? I usually throw in some die cuts, so we've got a couple of the word boo. And what I actually might do is pop a boo on the front of this, because that would look really cute. So I literally, like, oh my gosh, I cannot get over how long this video is going to be, and how this is going to take days to upload, like days, man. I've got a fine tip applicator bottle coming, thank goodness. Okay. I really, really need to try and find a way to have some money for the Blitzy sale, because I need things like glossy accents and some bits that just, yeah. Anyway, okay. So what else have I got around? I've got paper. I'm trying to think. What else have I put? What have I popped in this one? Let's look to here. Okay, that's what I've done differently, but that's okay. I'll do that. Oh, I've got... Did I bring some tickets out? I thought I did, but I may not have. Oh, look, we have some little... pins and some of the cupcake picks, so I will pop some of these in here. I like just playing and seeing what appeals to me. So look, we've got a few cupcake picks. It's always nice just to not have a set plan, just to pull all your stuff out, bring it with you. I know this is an incredibly long video because I don't have it all planned out. Usually I do. Let's look for some more bits to toss in. A couple of my ghosties, my little ghosties that I made. I love these little ghosts just kind of popping up out of the thing. Okay, so that's just a few bits in there. I did pull some tickets out to use, but I don't know where I've stashed them for now, so I'll pop those in there a bit later. But that's that. So you've got that. But I like to have something here as well. And what I might do, even though this isn't Halloween themed, but it's kind of swampy, I'm going to tape this up because what I really, really want to do is add some sequin mix, because I always think it's nice to get a little mix of sequins in things. Yeah, I'm not going to blame you all if you skip this video and just watch the very start, or if you speed through it, because I'm a slow-ass crafter. Okay, so we have that little envelope, which is just made from a Rescuers Down Under book page, and I have some sequins. Do I have any others? Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take little pinches because we don't want to overstuff this little envelope. So I'm just going to take a pinch of the purple, a pinch of the green, and these little sequin packs I probably came from my friend, but also I think the green ones came from eBay. And if you look for sequins on eBay, you can get the 4mm ones for ridiculously cheap. Like, if you bid and you're patient, you can usually win them for about 30 or 40 cents a pack. So yeah, but I know it's cheaper for most people in America to get stuff at the Dollar Tree. Again, we do not have that option. And actually, I think I'll just add in a little more purple because this is nearly full with just with the green and purple. So I'm just going to put some more purple in. Get these staticky sequins off my fingers, if I can. There's a couple that don't want to leave me. Leave me, please, leave me. Okay, so what I'll do is just give that a shake. So there's just a purple and green mix in here. And that'll look super cute on this bit. I might... Do I want to add a little... Yeah, okay, we'll add a matting piece of paper behind there. And again, Amanda has lost her Express-It tape. Not even shocked right now that I lose everything. This is me when I craft. Seriously, you should see the mess I get into. I've actually been getting into the habit of cleaning up after I craft every time, like every night now. And what I'm really loving is I put all my Halloween stuff in one box. So I have a Halloween box at the moment, which I just got some new containers to put some things in. So it means that I can shelve them. But that box is going to become my Christmas craft box after this. So that will be good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just adding this little piece of paper. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why I'm doing it. I just felt like it. It's an offcut. What I'm going to do again is grab those repositionable dots. Actually, no, I won't, because I don't know if they will hold in place enough. I'm going to add just a couple of... Express-It is easy enough to lift up, but I want to make sure those sequins are not going anywhere in transit. So what we do is we fold that down, shake them up a bit just to distribute. Yep, they're not going to come out in the post. That is always a worry for me, and I just try to use Express-It on anything people might want to reuse. You know, if you're gonna, you might want to pull the whole flip book apart. I don't know. I don't know what, you know, whether you're going to want to keep it as is or not. Okay, so then we just got that there. You fold that down, that sticks down, and if I had have realised, I would have... Okay, there's one thing in hindsight. Make sure your word is just down where that... So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do... I did have, and I'm sliding off my lounge. Oh, this is fun. This is a big tutorial. Okay, move that out of my way for a minute. I had a couple of die cuts I pulled out to use. Yes. Which is this little fence, which just fits here, and one little raven. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some tape on two parts of the fence, not all the fence, because this is going to be a little tuck spot. So what I'm doing is I am grabbing... We're nearly there, people, I promise. We're nearly there. I cannot believe how long this takes me to create, and I don't usually have to talk through. So we're going to put that there, and then we're also going to do one fence post. Now the reason we're doing that is we're creating a tuck spot, and this is a new thing to me. I don't usually create little tuck spots, but when I did this with the fence in one of my other flip books, everyone loved it and was like, oh, that is so cool, I need to know how to do that. So I'm showing you how I did it. It's just simply a die cut. And I think this fence is from the A Place That Shall Remain Nameless as well. And I'm just going to pop it so that it's not going to interfere with the fold over. And then I'm simply going to glue the bottom half of my bird, or stick the bottom half of my bird onto my fence. Sorry, I just realised you're seeing me work upside down. I'm not very good at this. I'm not very good at working upside down myself, so I am so sorry for that. Okay, we're just going to put enough of a little bit of tape on the bird so that he'll stick, or she. Don't know, it's a raven, hard to tell, I don't know. And then because of the way he or she is facing, I am just going to stick the raven on the... Hang on, I just need to move this back down a little because I do not want the tape above the fence. There we go. Yep. Okay. So now we have a little tuck spot. And one of the other things I did with Down Breakfast, because it didn't come with its own ephemera, I sat down and cut out all the ephemera. Ooh. I'm not used to talking for so long. Just some water. Okay, so what I do is I choose some... Oh, there's our little rest in peace that can go there, or it can go... Actually, let's pop it there to cover the hole. I told you there would be a way to cover the hole. There's always a way, so never stress every little thing that could go wrong. I don't like wasting too much paper, as you can see by the fact that I really do not have much. So the other thing is that would look really cute across the belly band as well, but we want to just disguise this little hole here. So we're just going to put rest in peace there. I like the idea of the little pumpkin in the fence, behind the fence, so I'm just going to pop that Trick or Treat Yourself pumpkin there. But I am still going to add a few little extra bits in. So there's the spooky, the I Bite. No, there's another spooky. I'm going to pop that little house. Actually, I might pop that little house there. But I don't have any... Okay, so I'm going to do something here I haven't done before on here. Like, I do it a lot, don't get me wrong, I just haven't done it on a video before. And normally I would ink, but because I haven't inked anything else in this, I'm not going to bother inking it. Still can't get over how long this video is, and my battery's probably about to die. Okay, so now you may notice I've kind of given a wide berth to this little piece. And there's a reason for that. So we're going to just make it look very janky and torn up. Oops, I took a little bit too much off that corner, but that's what we're going to do. And then that just, actually I think we'll pop that there. That just gives it a little bit more dimension, and because we've got so much orange in this, it just breaks up the orange a little. There is just a lot of orange in this. I was going to use it on this piece, but I actually like the idea of it being here more for some reason. So what I'm going to do is keep adding a little bit of ephemera into that spot, and then we're just going to probably find something to decorate here and do the cover. So there we go. There's the house. Treat yourself. Now, what else have we got here? We've got a nice boo that... I see there's already boo on that. So there's a nice little flaggy piece, so we'll just pop that in behind here. I am literally just looking through. That's just a little off cut of paper, but I'm going to pop it in there anyway. These are actually the pieces of paper from the front of the thing. So I took those all off the cover, so we'll pop those in there. Oh, I have an idea now. I'm going to use that Totally Witchin'. Now, as you can tell, I'm just literally going with... Okay, so I like that Totally Witchin'. Now, somewhere I had the bag of... There was a bag of die cuts, Nope, that's more ephemera. I really had a bag of die cuts. Ah, here it is. Because what I'm going to do is take one of the witches from said die cuts. Oh, she's not cut very well. Hopefully there's another one in here. Come on, witchy, witchy poo. We need another one of you. Just one will do. Witchy, 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 witchy poo. Where are you? There we go. Oh, look at it. It's orange, so it matches in with the whole dead and breakfast thing. I'm just going to stick her there as Totally Witchin', which I think actually honestly just gives that a completely finished look. I'm not going to add loads of glue because I don't want this to do what the other one did. Okay. Gosh, I hope my battery's not going to go flat yet because I didn't bring the charger with it out here. There we go. So this is the basic thing. Now, as you can see, whilst it is a little fat, like me, well, actually, no, I'm a lot fat, it's not super huge. So you can post this for in Australia for the $2.95 overseas or the $1. So that's why I like it. I'm not sure about overseas postage, but so that's lifts up. You've got your little sample, and as you can see, like, even though it's not a huge amount of stuff, I have managed to cram quite a bit within this. Now let's do our cover and we can be on our way. So I think I'm going to use, what papers have I got left? We've got this one. We've already used some spider paper, and we've already used the bat. And we've got spiderweb. I'm not feeling spiderweb. I'm feeling this one. So we want... Where'd my bone folder go? We want 2 1/4. What is that? Probably wasn't... No, it wasn't quite in the right place then. 2 1/4 by 4 3/4, and I just do that out to that spot. I have scissors here somewhere. We're almost done. I want to thank anyone who's stuck through this video. I hope this has been helpful because I know a few people have asked me to do a flipbook tutorial. I just did not expect it to take an hour. I honestly didn't. Okay, so as you can see, I am really starting to run low on my Halloween papers. Thank goodness I have some more for next year stashed away in America with my friend, but that's okay because I don't need them this year. So what I'm going to do is stick this piece down. As I said, if you want to ink this stuff up, you can, but can you imagine, like, this has taken me 55 minutes to get to even doing the front cover. Could you imagine if I had also been inking the edges? It just would have been ridiculous. And this is already a crazy long tutorial. I may have to take the quality right down on this in order to be able to upload it at all in any sort of timely manner. Okay. Oh, I may have accidentally cut this a little too... oh well. That's okay. As I said, there's nothing you can't fix because, look, we take a little bit of Halloween washi and we put it across the top and bottom. And look. So what I'm trying to do is get the washi across where we want it and covering up the white. And then we just, oops, hang on. Just making sure we're covering that white edge to the edge. We're just going to cut that bit off and we're going to put a bit down the bottom. Oops, that didn't quite. Okay, and I am shaking because I need to eat. And I am stressed that this video is going to cut itself out. Okay, and then we do this bottom piece. I think this cover is very similar to the one I already did, but, you know, that's okay. Okay, and then we go very gently, snip, and we have our front cover taking shape. Then all I'm going to do for the front cover now, oops, I didn't want to pull those out, is I am going to look through all this ephemera that's sitting here and pick something to throw on the front cover. I might just do best in Eternal Rest. And again, I'm going to do that same technique with the green, just because I think the orange on orange is just way too much. Yeah, I just think that is way, way too much. I apologise for how long this has taken me. And what I'm going to do with this one, instead of tearing it, I think I'm just going to firstly just cut it off because it's easier, and then I'm just going to add a very small, yeah, slightly smaller than I anticipated then. I'll have to come back and fix that little bit up, but just a slightly small halo of the green, which will just break up our orange. Now, you could pop it on pop dots and stuff, but here's the thing. If you're someone like me who's on a budget and who is trying to mail things for as cheap as they can, but still make it something really awesome, skip the pop dots. I'm going to tell you now, because they just add unnecessary height. In Australia, we can send up to 2 centimetres high as a letter. Anything over that then becomes a parcel. So within Australia, the minimum for that is $7 something. However, overseas, the minimum for that is $16. Now, I don't have a big income, so for me, $16 is a lot of money. And I had the tape I wanted, and I lost it again. Doo-da, doo-da. Amanda's always losing her tape. Doo-da, doo-da. She's going very loopy. This is the longest video she's ever made. Oh, doo-da day, oh, doo-da day. This is way too long. Doo-da, doo-da. I am so sorry. I am really going a bit loopy right now. Okay, and then we're just going to pop our little best in Eternal Rest here. And we've done it. Now, how you close this up is up to you. If you wanted to add a ribbon thing or something, I'm not sure where I've put them, but what I have been using is just wrapping string around, because I think that looks super cute. But this is the flip book we just spent 60 minutes making. I apologise. I did not mean to go for nearly 60 minutes, but if you've made it this far, you know what? Let's give this one away. because I feel guilty and terrible. And also, I have no need for it. I just like making things. Here we go. Here's my string. Okay, so what I would do is grab some string, and this also gives you an added thing that you're adding to your flipbook, and I would just literally grab it and just wrap it around and around and around and then tie it off. Okay, so use the code word dead and breakfast below to show that you've made it through all hour of this video. I'm not going to put that there's a secret giveaway here. You have to have made it all the way through this video. If you make it all the way through this video, use dead and breakfast below, and you'll go into the draw to win. I've got 2 of these made up, so you can win. So I will give away 2 of these. If I get 2 people that make it all the way through this 1 hour video, I will be giving both of these dead and breakfasts away. So this is the one we just did now. So you've got the best in eternal rest, and you've got just some of the paper. Really simple. Some ephemera. And once you take out that ephemera, there's that nice picture. The raven with the fence as a tuck spot. You've got your hidden. You've got your hidden flap here that has a couple of handmade tags that I've just altered. Some cardstock. Some washi samples. Your little totally witchin' with the witch. Then you lift it up and you've got some more ephemera and bits and some sequins. So I think that's pretty good. And then of course both of them are going to have string wrapped around them, so you'll also get that added thing of some string. So that's it. If you made it all the way through, make sure you use that code word dead and breakfast. Thank you for sticking with me. Anyone who made it this far, you are a rock star. Honestly, I cannot thank you enough for sticking through. Comment below and let me know how you feel about this. Was it too long? Would you like to see more of this style of process video from me, less of this style of process video, and also process/tutorial video? Also, just, yeah, what other things you might like to see if you've seen something I've made and you'd like me to show you how to do it. And as always, please remember, like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, remember you are incredible, you are amazing, and truly the most important thing of all, that you truly do matter. I love you all. Bye!